I don't normally like getting up in the morning, but old Mr. Sun is shining down on me. So you chipped your nail, you stubbed your toe, you lost your phone. Life's a rolling stone on a broken roller coaster. Scream shit, move on. Throw your hands up, move on. It's all good. Today's your day. Time is filled with swift.
What's up, beautiful people, and welcome to June. We are in the middle of the year, y'all. That's so crazy. Actually, it's still technically May. Today is May 6th, but you guys are not going to see this video until June, so that's me coming clean there. I just came back from a walk, I want to say an hour ago, and it just felt so good. I just walked around, I guess, the block. I've said this in one of my other vlogs. I don't think Florida has blocks per se. There's a walking pathway right out there, and I just walked around it twice, and it feels so good. It felt so good to be outside, have the sun in my face, because today I just wasn't feeling the yoga. I've been doing yoga a lot, and I really have to be in the mood for it, and today I was just like, nah, I just want to walk around and listen to my podcast. I was listening to my Jesus and Jollof lit. I love listening to them. I also started recently listening to another podcast called Follow That Fear, and it sounds just very self-helpy, and I don't like that term, self-help. And the podcast is kind of self-help, but it's quite good. I'm gonna give it a chance. It's really good. So that's what I have been also listening to. But Jesus and Jollof, that's my jam, man. Like, those ladies, I can totally relate to a lot of the things they're saying. I've mentioned them before. They're from Nigeria, and if you look at the map of Africa, here's Cameroon and here's Nigeria. So a lot of the things they're saying, I can so relate to it. It's so funny. So that's why that's my jam. And a lot of things they say, stuff maybe I've never really thought about, or maybe I've thought about it but couldn't quite articulate, and then they give it words for me. So it's really great. I hope you guys are doing really super well. I don't know what I have in store for today. Today just feels like every other day. I just wake up and I just take it as it comes. I definitely need to do stuff. Like, there's some people, and I've heard this argument somewhere recently, where there's two kinds of people during this quarantine. There's some people like myself who like to stay busy. I just cannot just be sitting around, and I'm alone with my thoughts, and that can be very dangerous for me. I tend to overthink sometimes, so I need to stay occupied, stay busy. And besides, I wanted this free time for the longest, so I want to maximize this time that I have. And then there's other people, waking up is enough. That's just all they can do. That's the way they're coping, which is fine. None of them are wrong or right. But for me personally, I just need to do something, and I have stuff that needs doing too. So I just can't be sitting around watching TV all day. Occasionally I'll take a break and watch a nice movie, or movies that I've wanted to see that came out late last year or early this year that I wanted to see but never got around to seeing, or watching good old YouTube. Netflix, there's not a whole lot on there that really interests me, to be quite honest. But I mean, I paid for it through July, so I'm gonna have to find something. Hulu is the other thing that I want to reinstate. I did have it for a little bit there, and then once the $30 run out, I didn't replace it. So I'm gonna probably add $40 to my account for Hulu, because there's a few shows that I want to check out that, you know, people have been talking about. Little Fires Everywhere, and also that show with Issa Rae, Insecure. I watched the very first episode on YouTube for free, and it was quite good. So I wanted to check out more of it and see if I actually do like it. So yeah, that's all I'm doing. Oh, it's really warm in here. That's what I get for taking a hot shower when it's like 90 degrees outside. Catch you guys later on today, or maybe tomorrow.
What brings me down, yeah. My favorite way to be without fear is in the now. I'm learning how.
So it's almost 1:30 in the morning, and I am watching Little Fires Everywhere. I'm currently on episode 4, season 1. I started it yesterday. That show is really as good as people have claimed it is. It is so good. Usually I'm not about the hype when I hear how good a show is. I'm like, whatever, it probably isn't that great. But I was looking for something new to watch, because there's really nothing on Netflix that interests me. So I just reinstated my Hulu. I got a $40 gift card, and so I have the Hulu until September, and then if I decide that I wanted to renew it, I can still do it. That way I'm not paying every month if I'm not going to be watching it. So I started the show yesterday, and I am hooked. It is so good. I feel like I have to do a video about it. There's some things that are on the nose, like race. That's always going to be a topic of discussion in America. And there's other things too that, I would really love to discuss. If you guys haven't started watching that show, you should watch it. You should.
I'm making a move. Study long, study wrong. Ain't nothing gonna happen on its own. I'm making a move. Don't need no hickeys for this song. I got joy all through my soul. I'm making a move. Get up, get out. Mr. grinding on me. I see you making a move. Got my lucky charms, time to move along. Yeah, I'm making a move. I'm making a move.
And I'm back. I think it's maybe 2 or 3 days later. I don't remember the last time I actually picked up my phone to vlog. It might have been last week. But how you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing quite well. Today or yesterday has been a day. I'm trying to sit down while I talk to you guys. Yes, yesterday has been a day, or the last week actually. It hasn't been terrible, but I've been having a few car issues that were solved, so that's the most important thing. Well, the second one that I had yesterday is in the process of getting solved, so I'm thankful for that. But man, those things spring up on you out of nowhere, and then you see money just coming out of your account. It's the worst feeling. But again, thankful that I'm able to pay for it. And if I didn't have the money, that would be another issue. So yeah, it was just my battery had died. It needed to be changed anyways, because the last time I changed my battery prior was 3 years ago. So it was about due. And it's so funny because when I went to start my car that day and it wouldn't start and it turned out to be the battery, I was thinking to myself, it's the exact same month 3 years ago that this happened. It's so funny. And it happened in the same fashion. I was getting ready to start my car to go do my laundry and it wouldn't start. And it was before work too, but I was able to get that fixed. I didn't start till like 3:30, so I was able to get that fixed before work. This one I was just going to the grocery store and it wouldn't start. Yesterday was quite scary. I was driving, just going out for a random drive just to like get the fluids in my car going, because it's not good for your car to be just sitting at one place for too long. And then the right side of my car started smoking. So smoke was coming out of the right side of my car, the tires. It smelled like burned rubber almost. And luckily I was by a parking garage, so I pulled in there and parked there, called my brother, and then I called AAA, and it turned out it was my brakes that locked. So it needed a whole overhaul. So yeah, that's great. Those are not cheap, but again, thankful that I'm able to get that done before work, because I'll be going back to work pretty soon. Again, thanks for listening to me, you guys, and watching my videos. What's up, beautiful people? It is a little after 12:30 and I'm still sitting in bed. Typically when I wake up, make up my bed, I'm up and running, but today's just one of those days that I'm just not even feeling it. I'm usually good about not watching or limited my news intake and not watching too much news, because a lot of it can be negative and it affects my mood. I don't know about you guys, but it tends to affect my mood if I watch it that early in the morning. I watch it just to stay on top of headlines, know what's going on, so I'm not completely ignorant to what's going on. But these days I've been watching too much of it and I need to dial back. This stuff is affecting everyone in different ways, and the fact that I'm silent about it doesn't necessarily mean I don't care. Obviously people have different ways of dealing with things. I've just been trying not to let it overwhelm me. And so how are you guys doing? How are you guys coping with this? This year has been a tough year. It's so funny how I think about how we were all making our plans at the end of 2019. Like
2020 is going to be like the best year ever.
And then 2020 gets here and all hell breaks loose. The Australia fires, COVID-19, Kobe Bryant, and now everything that's going on with the civil unrest, George Floyd's death, and Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery. It's a lot going on. And then that lady at Central Park, that Central Park situation really makes me so mad. It makes me so mad. I was just telling someone that it's really troubling, because I could be in town minding my business and someone decides that I am a threat and decides to call the cops on me. It's really a scary time we live in, and I just really want to tune out social media, because also, as much as I see a lot of like, supportive things on social media, there's also those people who keep posting stuff that I'm just like, you're part of the problem. No one's perfect and we all have our own prejudices, but there's levels to this stuff, and it's really troubling when I see some comments or hear what people say, and I just shake my head like, I just don't understand how people can still be sitting there and saying all lives matter as a counter to Black Lives Matter. I wish people would just understand that Black Lives Matter doesn't mean Black Lives Matter only. It means Black Lives Matter too. If you're saying all lives matter and we're still getting killed out there, then all our lives don't matter, does it? And yes, I do not agree with the looting, and there are people who are taking advantage of the fact that there's chaos to go looting. Let's look at the underlying cause of this to begin with. It was because of injustice. It's injustice, so there's protesting, which turns into a riot, which, you know, then people take advantage of it, and it becomes a whole looting situation and violent situation. And I do not agree with solving things in a violent way. What are some of your thoughts? Just put those in the comment section and be respectful, because I will straight delete anybody who comes in there and is being just a jerk. I am not afraid to delete you. So let's just keep this conversation going, and let's keep it respectful in the comment section. If you dare to comment about this racial injustice, this is a conversation we need to start having. And even if I might not agree, or if anyone doesn't agree with your opinions, it doesn't have to be a fight. And that's another thing that really gets under my skin. If someone doesn't agree with you, it doesn't have to be a fight. Just agree to disagree. I don't mean to go on a rant, but I just really hope you guys are doing well as can be during these times, and staying safe, and prioritize your mental health above all else. The way I'm doing it, it's like I read a few verses from the Bible. I mean, I read the Bible a few verses every day, but today I'm just gonna like read several verses because that's the only thing that's gonna give me a peace of mind right now. I'm sorry if I'm avoiding the camera. I'm just really thinking as I'm talking to you guys. So we just had a tornado warning, the second one for today. Today is June 6th. And I mentioned in my video last week, I believe it was, that we had a tornado watch, but this was like in May, which is different from a warning. This one was an actual warning, and we had two today. The first one happened when I was in Panera Bread, and then the second one just expired, I should say, a little bit ago. It was issued sometime around like 8:30 or 9 o'clock, and it just expired. And I did also mention in that video that I am not a fan of the weather here in Florida in the summer. That was scary. I don't do those. We don't have this sort of weather. I don't remember having this sort of weather back in Cameroon. And even up north in Philly, we rarely have this sort of weather. So it's brand new to me. People from Oklahoma who deal with tornadoes on a weekly basis, don't quote me on that. I don't know if it's a weekly basis, but they have tornadoes quite often. I don't know how y'all do it. Big ups to you. So I'm thankful that expired. I just hope we don't have any others throughout the night, because that's really what makes it dangerous, because people are sleeping and there's no way to seek shelter if you're sleeping. So I really hope we don't get any more and let the storm pass. And I just hope all the people in Louisiana stay safe when it makes landfall tomorrow. But yeah, don't like this kind of weather. And they say global warming is not a thing. All right, guys, good night. I think I'm going to wrap up this vlog. It's been a vlog that spanned, I want to say 2 weeks. So I think I have enough material. I'm going to wrap it up, and I'll talk to you guys next Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay safe out there, you guys. And you guys rock. See you later.